Hi, this is Jishu. In this screencast, I'll be taking a shot at the string calculator Kata from Resharper's page here. We'll be going through this whole set one test at a time. I'll be using Visual Studio 2010, Resharper 5, NUnit, and a custom extension called Beacons. So let's start. I have a class library project here with the reference to NUnit.framework. Let's begin by adding a test fixture. That's the Resharper live template. Let's start with the dummy test. Okay, so that builds. Let's open this up in NUnit. Run it. Okay, so it runs. Couple of settings. I will keep the checkboxes checked here so that every time I have a new build, the assembly is reloaded and the tests are rerun. We'll see how that helps in the next few minutes. So that's it. I'll minimize NUnit. Next is the configuration for the extension. This is the UI for the extension. It needs some minimal configuration. In this case, I wanted to watch the NUnit results file, and for that it needs the path where the result file is generated, which is this. So I copy the path over, the warning disappears, minimize this, and now I can do a rebuild. I can see my test results right here in the IDE. Alright, so let's get started. So the first test is to take a empty string, and for that this method should return 0. If we build this, there is a compile error. We can also see that by the color of this tiny dot here. So let's create that method. Return -1, make the test fail, build again, and I see that I have a red, expecting 0 but got -1. Let's fix that. There it is. I can make a small refactoring here. So to visualize our refactorings differently, we can click this button here, or we can use the keyboard shortcut Shift-Alt-D followed by H for hat, and the icon changes. So let's make a small change, build again, and I see my refactoring greens in a different color. So this helps me visualize the frequency at which I am refactoring. Let's switch back and move on to our next test, which is taking one number and returning itself. So if I'll take the number as 1, passing 1, build again, that fails. a cheat, but we'll fix it soon. That gets me to green. Let's try this with a different number to triangulate. This one fails. Now we have to use the input. That fixes it. We don't need both of them right now, so we'll remove the older one because they test the same thing. Alright, so let's move on to our next test, which is taking two numbers and returning their sum. So we went from no numbers, one number, and the next test is call it with 2 and 3. That fails. We can fix that by if it doesn't contain a comma, it has one number. Let me click on the comma. And return the sum of the two numbers. Build this. Okay, so I have second subsequent or a subsequent red, which is bad, and I see my mistake. So I'll annotate that with a reason. We'll see how that helps us later. So that was a mistake, and now we are back to green. Alright, so we can make some refactoring here. The production code can extract this to a method. So if its string is null or empty, I return 0. If it contains one number, I return the number itself. Otherwise, I split on comma and return the sum of the two numbers. Looking at the test, we can see that there's some duplication here as well. All the tests are identical except for the inputs and the expected return value. So this looks like a good fit for parameterized tests. So I'll extract those parameters out. I'll paste the parameters here and also give a test name. Say return some let's build to see if we have not broken anything. It will build. Now we can move these tests as test cases here. the test case for the first one. This blank input, return 0. Comment it temporarily and build. That succeeds. Can remove those commented lines of code and build again. Still green. On to the next test. So the next test is to handle any amount of numbers, not just a max of 2. So we can add another test case here. That fails. Okay, so instead of just taking the first two numbers, we need to sum all of them. Use Resharper. And move it out. Return sum. Build again. And passes. Sample refactoring here is to use link, specifically the select and the sum. Okay, that looks good enough. Build. Alright, on to the next test, which is the ability to handle new lines along with commas as delimiter. So we start with the smallest test, which is two numbers separated by a new line. 8 should equal to 3. That fails. Okay, so now we need to include new lines here as well as here. So let's do that. So these are the places where comma was used. We add new lines there. Build again. Okay, so we're green. We have a bit of duplication here. Specifically, the delimiters are duplicated in two places. We will let that slide for now and move on to the next test, which is commas and new lines in the same string. So just copy the previous test. and that goes straight to green. So let's just check if it is not a false positive. So it is new lines and commas. This method should work as well as this. So seems to be the right result. Okay. So the next step is to support different delimiters. So I should be able to specify that semicolon is my delimiter like this using a custom header. Let's try that. That fails. So let's look at how we can set a custom delimiter. So delimiters are actually used here and here. So we need to include our custom delimiter into this list here. So let's just extract the duplication here as so let's take that out as a variable. Also let's stop duplicating it, pass it into this function. Actually we are refactoring. So this is the refactoring that we should have done in the previous test. But so presentation there. Okay, so if we have a custom delimiter which is then extract it like this, remove the header, so 2 slashes, a single character for the delimiter and a new line, so that's 4 characters. That removes the header, and so Resharper tells us that we're not using this variable as yet. We need to add it to our list of delimiters. So we need to move the initialization up. We also need to make delimiters a list so that we can add elements to it. And a couple of compilers to fix and build. And it works, but we made it a bit ugly. So refactoring time. This block here is actually has custom header, and this part here is with custom header. build it, and it proceeds. Now we have to pass delimiters twice here, and it looks like we actually may not be needing this 2 lines. Let's try that. And it succeeds because split can take care of the one element case as well. So we'll delete those lines, build again. That should work. Yep. Right. The next thing that we can do is this whole block here is actually getting the numbers from the string. So we'll create a method for that. I'll use var here, but I don't want it to be a string array. I would like it to be a list of strings. Then I just need to sum it up here. Can inline the variable. And green. So that is pretty simple now. Alright, on to the next test. So we are still supporting all the previous scenarios. The next test is to try it with negative numbers, and for that add should be throwing an exception. So I'll write a different test for this. So using assert.throws. If I call add with, this should throw an exception. I also want to check the exception message. So and it should include the negative number as well. So we start with a simple test, or test where the input contains just one negative number. Build this. We create a different test because the body of the test is different from the previous test. That fails. It did not get an argument exception. So we can work that in here. We again need our old variable. So just any number such that, then we throw this. Again some duplication, but we first get to green. Okay, so that's the C. that builds. Alright, so the next test is to take multiple negative numbers. So for that, I think we can parameterize this test. Build again. That works. We can now add a second test. We need to put in some more numbers. Okay, so we're just getting the first number. Easy to fix. Let's say alright. Once again we can create a method here. That builds. Okay, it's good enough. Let's minimize everything. We have a unused method here. Just use Resharper to get rid of that. Okay. Right. So we've finished the beginner section here. Just 3 more tests to go, 4 more. So we can get that done as well. So next test is to ignore numbers that are greater than 1000. So that looks like a test case here. So we'll take that should give me 1016. That fails. This is easy to fix. That was easy clean. The next test is to check, or rather support delimiters that are more than 1 character in length. So we use this example in the test. that should fail. And we know that we need to fix something in here, the get numbers method. Right. So has custom header should work as it is. We have a typo here. Alright. So the custom delimiter now, let's just get the header out first. So that's the custom header including the new line, and custom delimiter would be header with the following characters trimmed to be slash, the new line, and opening and closing brackets. Now, and we need to make delimiters on the substring because we need to allow multi-character delimiter. And also takes the string array. We just need to give it parameter here. Right. The only thing that's remaining is to strip the custom header. And we can do that by just passing in the header that we already have. And just replace that. Looks sorted. Let's build. Alright. Now again we have muddied the waters a bit. So let's refactor. Okay, and inline this variable. Okay, build again. Alright, so good. Okay, that looks good enough for now. So the next step is to allow multiple delimiters. So the example here is asterisk and the mod sign or the percentage sign as two delimiters and string. So let's try this. First delimiter is a star and the second delimiter is a dollar sign. It should give me 9. That fails. Once back to the get numbers method. So we have a header, so we need to fix this. Alright, now to get the custom delimiters, we can first trim off this, but the brackets now appear in between the string as well. So we will replace the opening bracket with an empty string. Finally, we'll split on the closing bracket. That gives me the list of custom delimiters. And now you need to use add range because I'm adding multiple elements to the list. And does that work? Alright, it does. Okay. Just need to begin this method. Again. So the last step is to handle multiple delimiters with length greater than 1. So copy this over. Use fixes and $3. Space it out a little. Build this, and we already have the code for that, so we're done. Alright, so final remarks. So we can look at the custom extension here. So we have, if you look at the rhythm, we have been consistently following a red-green or a red-green refactor rhythm. Only once did we have, or rather twice did we have repeated red, which is bad. This is what we need to avoid, a string of red icons. We've added around 13 tests at roughly, we've been running the test once per minute. This is a state distribution trend. It was trending the cumulative time that we spend in all the different stages. So we have the compiling state here, the compiled but no error state in the light blue. We have the compile error state here, which is pretty thin. The red is the test failing state, and the green is all test passing state. You can see that we've been in the green for around 60% of the time. So things to avoid is multiple reds on an uptrend. We can see that we had 2 reds here on an uptrend. Ideally, we should be having one red to green jump followed by multiple refactorings coming down. So multiple dots on an upward segment is bad, and we need to maximize the time that we spend in the green state. In the parking lot, these are the reasons why we tripped our rhythm. So once we had an error in our code itself, and the other time I was impatient. I ran the test before making the required fixes. Not too bad. So that's it. See you on the other side of the break.